A pleasant day to everyone. I am Princess Maris P. Ancheta, and this is my answers to the oral recitation questions. So for the first question we have here, can a person or a group of people own water resources on our country? According to the 1987 Philippine Constitution, under Article 1 in national territory, states that the Philippine archipelago with all the islands and water embraced therein, and all other territories over which the Philippines has sovereignty or jurisdiction, consisting of its terrestrial, fluvial, and aerial domains, including its territorial sea, the seabed, the subsoil, the insular shelves, and other submarine areas. Hence, the waters around, between, and connecting the islands of the archipelago, regardless of their breadth and dimensions, form part of the internal waters of the Philippines. So, technically speaking, the Philippine national government has sole ownership and control over the country's water resources, as provided by the 1987 Constitution, which concludes that our water resources cannot be owned by any private individual or anyone in the Philippines because the ownership of water resources is governed by the Philippine Constitution upon the Article 7, Section 2 of which states that all waters are owned by the state. This means that rivers, lakes, groundwater, and other natural bodies of water are not subject to private ownership. Thus, further back up with the Water Code of the Philippines, also known as Presidential Decree Number 1067, in which this code establishes a framework for the regulation, use, and development of water resources, whom it recognizes that water is a finite and valuable resource and it prioritizes its allocation for public use. And while individuals cannot own water resources, they can obtain permits to use water for specific purposes. For the next question, we have here, what is sovereignty? Pertaining to our constitutional law, sovereignty falls over Article 2, the National Territory Declaration of Principles and State Policies Principles under Section 1, which states that the Philippines is a democratic and republican state, and sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them. To expound more, sovereignty refers to a governing body's absolute right and power to govern itself independently without intervention from foreign countries. In constitutional law, this principle is frequently contained in the preamble and specific articles that create a state's basic governance structure and establishes the division of powers among the three institutions of the government, namely the executive, legislative, and judicial, wherein each of these branches has unique, indisputable jurisdictions in the Republic of Philippines. Furthermore, sovereignty has components when it comes to constitutional terms such as the territory, people, government structure, fundamental rights, international relations, and amending process. To conclude, it is essential for us, the public, legislators, and legal professionals to comprehend what sovereignty in a constitution entails, because it influences how laws are interpreted, how governance is carried out, and how the nation interacts with other nations. Wherein, to simply put, the basis of freedom, equality, and justice is national sovereignty, giving us limitless freedom in our society and in our state.